We are here. Welcome to Buzzin, Bizzle. I miss y'all. Where you been? Where you been? Shout out to the Geminis. This is the Gemini month. That's right. Two-sided. One day they evil. One day they nice. No, I'm playing. My sister gonna kick my tail. Good evening, everybody. Happy Pride Month. Yee. And to the Gemini birthdays, my sister Stacy Cootie and my best friend of almost 40 years, Kimberly Shelton, and any other Gemini that's out there. Happy birthday to all the Geminis and also to all of my LGBT, transgender, fan gender, slim gender, whatever, Herbalife gender, whatever we got. This is our month. We celebrating. Let's do it big. Let's have a good time. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? We got a lot to talk about. First of all, I want to get you all and up and popping on my song for the month. My song is Favors, Favo. I think it's URS by this new artist I've been following. Go to your Apple Music. Her name is Bobby, Bobbi Storm. I love that song. She kind of giving me like an Alicia Keys vibe, you know, a Lita Adams vibe. But it's a good song. And the reason why I've been following her, she got a new look. She do the blonde hairstyle, or I'm sorry, platinum hairstyle. And she kind of remind me of one of the backup singers of a famous girl group used to be named Destiny Child. So I'm not going to tell you who she looked like. I want you to judge for yourself. But go to your Apple Music and type in Bobbi, Bobbi Storm, and listen to her song Favors. That's my song for the month of June. Make sure you log into it and listen. And Bobby, you know, anytime you want to come on the show, just inbox me. You know, I'll be glad to have you on our StreamYard with Buzz and Bizzle. But tonight, we need to cover what we need to cover, and that is our skin. So I got a special guest coming on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. So put your hands together for Lori Angeli of All Buttered Up. Welcome, Miss Lori. Come on in. Come on in. Oh,
hey, y'all.
So hey. So this young lady, I had the pleasure of meeting in my mind several years back.
In her mind. Take note that she said it's in her mind.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why she's a guest on my show tonight, this is the summertime. And we are out here wearing the sundresses, the capris, the coochie cutters, you know, whatever we're doing. The guys is wearing the skirts, you know. And I've been noticing, well, I'm sorry, man, that's what it's called, you know. But I've been noticing a lot of dry skin, especially on these feet and hands. So
these
this
what?
Feet and hands.
Feet and hands.
Yeah, feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I follow. I just want to make sure I heard you right.
Yeah, it's plural. Yeah, I don't. Did I say something wrong?
No.
Feet.
No.
Yeah, feet and hands. Right. That's more than one foot.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's a word. If it ain't, I made it up tonight and I want my money by Wikipedia. But anyhow, a lot of y'all got this alligator back skin. You know, crocodile skin, turtle skin. Some people do suffer from eczema and psoriasis. And this young lady, Miss Lori Angeli, can bless you and tell you a new way to keep your skin hydrated.
Hi, y'all. So yes, I am not in addition to being T Bizzle's better half. I'm the better, okay? Better half. I also am the CEO and founder of All Buttered Up. So like the name implies, I get you buttered up, okay? I make a luxury skincare product. I specialize in body butters that do not leave a greasy residue, but keep your skin ultra hydrated. So, yes.
So, I would like for you to share with the fans of Buzz and Bizzle, how did you come up with the name All Buttered Up?
Oh, well, it was the first name I thought of, but I wasn't satisfied with it. I knew that I wanted the name to be in I wanted butter to be in the name. Okay. So when people went to Google butter, it would come up. So All Buttered Up came, and then, you know, the rest is history.
Oh, okay, because I know when I first met you, I thought it was about some pound cake. I was coming to get some sweets. I didn't, you know, I was like, oh, buttered up. They must got cupcakes and donuts. So let me go on over there and see what's going on. So again, a lot of us need to learn how to hydrate. And I don't know how to stay hydrated. With water, yes, but on my skin, I do not know. Tell us what you have that can keep us hydrated.
Well, I have a full skincare line. So I have shower gels. I'm going to show y'all a little something, a little doodah. I have shower gels, body oils, body butters, and a fragrance roller ball. I don't know. I hate doing this. Okay. So the shower gel, I'll take it down. The shower gel is what you use to cleanse, but it doesn't leave you completely dry. It's all natural. I work with a chemist to develop it. And it'll keep you hydrated as you moisturize, as you cleanse your skin, you're also hydrating. Then you'll go to the moisturizers. You can either use the body oil or the body butters. The body butter is made with shea butter, mango butter, jojoba, almond, castor, olive oil, and coconut oil.
That's a lot of making.
It's a little jar of magic is what it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Little jar of
and
magic.
That can go all over your body. It's best to use my moisturizers, my body butter, and my body oil on wet skin because you trap all that moisture in. But if you don't, you're still gonna be cool. When you use the butter, you'll notice that it keeps your hands moisturized at least 2 hand washes before you have to reapply, right? The body oil, I like to tell people if you're lazy and gotta go, because that's why I made it for me. If you put this on fresh out the shower, you don't towel off. You just put it all over your body while you're soaking wet. And it's going to lock in all that moisture because we all know that oil and water don't mix, so it has to seal it. And that's what these oils do, is seals the moisture in. And it's made with jojoba, almond, castor, and olive oil. That's all it's made with the fragrance that's put into it. And it seals your skin. It's absorbed very swiftly, no more than like 5 minutes, depending on how much you use. And it keeps you moisturized the next 36 hours. So both of these products are skin conditioning products. The more you use them, the less you'll need to use. But for those hands and those feet and even those elbows.
No, feet.
I'm on your show.
Okay.
For your hands and your feet, plural.
Feet. So you're having trouble. Feet. Okay. F-E-T-T-S. For your hands and feet. I said it. I don't know why. What's wrong with y'all? It's more than 1 foot, right? So feet.
You put it on, and you can put it on during the day multiple times, especially after a fresh pedicure to get that skin healing going, because all of the ingredients heal your skin. So it'll keep everything soft and you'll have a nice sheen and you won't be greasy.
I remember you had shared with me, you had an experience with a pedicurist who told you, a nail tech, who shared a story with you about, hey, I know someone who offers. Could you share this story about what had happened? Pretty please, but sugar on top.
So y'all know how they say doctors make the worst patients. Or, hairstylists, their hair not never done. Because they're doing everybody's hair.
But them be the coldest hairstylists, though.
I know, right? I got one of them.
They be looking bogus by the head.
But listen, so I make this product, and I told y'all I'm real good with the one and done. So I go get my pedicure. I think I get a pedicure like at least once a month, maybe every 2 weeks. And my pedicurist is also my friend, but she's also a butter babe. And she also uses my product in her business. So she got to my feet, and she said, there's this butter this girl makes that if you use it consistently, it really is good for your feet. And she just looked at me and looked at the jar and laughed. Is that the story you wanted?
That's the story.
And she's waiting on me to make a sugar scrub.
Oh, that'll be so nice.
It's coming. I just have to find a bandwidth, y'all.
Yeah, because she's actually busy. Besides being an entrepreneur, she's a mother and a wife and works another full-time job.
I do.
So I don't know if she has the capacity. Because, being married requires a lot of time together. Because I'm a lot. But
you say what now?
I said I'm a lot.
You say it again.
I'm a lot. Me and my feet.
You and your feet, sis?
We a lot.
Y'all a lot?
We a lot.
Bless the Lord.
Oh, okay.
Honesty.
Right.
I got y'all as my witnesses. Amen. Like and love and share this if you agree.
She's doing a little haterade, but that's okay.
No, this is my truth. I got that on camera for the world to see.
So my next question, I probably should ask you this first. What made you come up with the idea of all buttered up? What was that story? I love when you tell that experience you had.
So all buttered up is God's gift to me. You check anytime somebody asks me that, any interviews I've done now, in the past, and in the future. Okay. I did not start this to be a business. I wanted to give gifts to some ladies at church who are in ministry with me. And it's a lot of them. And it was for Christmas, and me and Jesus share birthday month. So I was not trying to spend a whole lot of money. So I said, what came from the heart would reach the heart, right? So I said, oh, I'll make them some shea butter. I had dabbled in it before, not successfully, but I just was confident that I could do it. And I sourced all the ingredients, sourced the fragrance. It was a very thoughtful gift, which is what most of my gifts are because I consider the person receiving it. So I made it and I gave it to them. And then they came back the next week and they said, you got some more of that stuff. Ma'am, miss, woman of God, this, first of all, you're giving me Pookie for New Jack City vibes, okay? It just be calling me, man. Where the stuff at? Where the stuff at? And I'm like, this is not drugs. We don't have to whisper. We can talk about this out loud. And I mean, multiple women, about 20 women. And they just kept coming back saying, hey, that's really good. Where's some more? I'm trying to get it out. I put it in the wrong container. They were like, I'm trying to get it out with a bobby pin. And then they kept asking me for months to make more. And every now and again, I'll be like, hey, I'm in a shea butter making mood. Y'all want some? Until finally, someone said, I'll pay you to make this for me. And I said, pay me, you say? Oh, well, let's think about this. And at the time, I was working at a Fortune 500 company. I really wasn't trying to escape, but I've always been an entrepreneur. And I went forward in doing it because I struggle with self-care. So I tell people, butter and skincare is my product, but my business is self-care. If you choose to use any of these products just once throughout the day, then you have engaged in an act of self-care. Mm-hmm. And that's really my mission, to get Black women to prioritize their self-care through their skincare. Men too, and all other nationalities can do it too. It's okay.
Oh yeah, it's not only for Black and brown, it's for cream and peach too.
But it's, how, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It is intentional for people of color. It's intentional for the Black community. If it wasn't for Black women, this would not be a business. And I don't see any other companies shifting really hard to be inclusive. And I'm not disrespectful to the Black dollar. So this for Black people, but other people are welcome to use it.
Anytime, especially our men. Some of y'all fellas, when y'all be rubbing on y'all wives, you be taking the skin off, giving her skin pills, and she don't know it, baby hug.
And we have a fragrance for men called Confidence. Early next year, we'll come out with a men's line. But we have a fragrance for the guys called Confidence. And my male clients tell me that it makes your beard soft. Estheticians have sourced it and use it as a private label. And it heals the skin under your beard. And it's just really good. And it smells really good. So y'all should get some pillow talk. Or y'all should get some come get me. So y'all can be friends. To have some pillow talk.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what made me, decide to have a conversation. And ever since, I've been hooked. I mean, I loved her so much, I wound up marrying her.
She did.
So that means that's some good butter. So if you want some butter love, that was my Rick James interpretation. Tell the people, what are the fragrances that you have and the story behind that?
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's much of a story, but I will tell you that my bestseller is called Pillow Talk. A good description is like cashmere candy. Is really light, really sexy. It's a sexy fragrance, and it's the bestseller. And then we have Day Party. Day Party smells like a piece of candy. It literally smells like a Jolly Rancher. It has some jasmine, some notes of jasmine, some orchid in it, some and strawberry. Those are some key notes in that one. And it's the most aromatic of all my fragrances because all of my fragrances are very soft. So Day Party is one of the most aromatic. And then we have Come Get Me. So if you're trying to get guy at home or in the streets, that's your business. That's not mine. I mind the business that pays me. But Come Get Me will get you guy. It's made with a tangerine essential oil and some other fragrance oils blended together. And it's a sexy, sultry citrus scent. We have Bronze Goddess, lemon and lavender with some other fragrances to it. It smells like a lemon butter cake. One of my clients asked me for something that smelled like a Black woman dipped in gold. And I was like, I got you. And I got it. And everybody seems to say
that again.
A Black woman dipped in gold.
Now that's a smell. A black woman. I love it. A black woman dipped.
And that's how it got its name, like Bronze Goddess. So Day Party is one of my original scents. It was one of the first 3 scents I made. And as I'm scenting the butter, so the butters name themselves essentially. And I'm scenting the butter. I'm like, oh, that smells like something you wear to a day party because it's very light, very upbeat, energetic. So hence we got Day Party. We also have a scent called A Long Day. So A Long Day is pure essential oil. So if you have eczema, psoriasis, lupus, well, most people with those conditions can use any of my butters, but I especially recommend this for them because it's all essential oil. It's nothing synthetic in it. So with this, with A Long Day, is lemon and lavender. It's heavy on the citrus, light on the lavender. It's just a nuance of it. And I tell people either you had a long day or you're gonna have a long day because the citrus is scientifically proven to make you smile and keep you happy. And lavender always brings you back to center.
I love lavender. I love lavender. That was my sexy voice. No, she hated, but I love it.
I do not.
Well, I shouldn't say hated. That's not her. Discertained. What's the new word I learned today? Discertained.
Spell it.
I did. Discertained.
Okay.
But what do you do? I noticed you mentioned, you said eczema, psoriasis. What about the people who do not want a butter without a fragrance?
With the fragrance? Oh,
yes.
I have
without it.
On my website, it's called Original because it's the original butter. There's no fragrance to it. The base I told y'all about: shea butter, mango butter, coconut oil, jojoba, almond, castor, olive oil. That's the base for all of my butters. The only thing that changes is how I scent them. So you always get the magic. You just get your magic in your favorite fragrance.
Oh, I'd like that. So, Miss Lori Angeli, if you can you share your handles so people can know where to purchase it? And can you let our audience know where you're going to be out in the Chicago community?
Oh, okay, cool. So my handle is at ALL butter, BUTTER, D as in dog, UP, all buttered up. That's everywhere that you want to find me. You can find me at All Buttered Up. I am on, you can go on my website at www.allbutteredup.com and shop your heart away. We take all forms of payment, even Afterpay, and we do ship. But this weekend, I will be, so many places. So tomorrow, I will be at Bike Night. Y'all have found out more about that a little later.
Yes.
And then Thursday, I'm going to be at Austin Town Hall. It's right off of Lake and Central out west. They're having a city market. So it's going to be a lot of like a farmer's market, but it's a city market because, we in the city. So they're having a lot of natural and organically or handmade products there. So y'all should come out and support if you can. It's from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., 5610 West Lake, I believe the address is. Yes. And it's every Thursday until mid-October. So y'all can catch me there these Thursdays in June. And then follow me on the gram and know where I'm going to be. Then we have Saturday, All Buttered Up will be at Macy's, Market by Macy's on 97th and Western in Evergreen Park from 11 till 8. And then we'll also be, check my link in bio, but we're going to be out west at a facility doing some stuff in the community. And Sunday we'll be back at Macy's.
That is a full agenda. Thank you so much, Miss Lori Angeli, for being on my show, Buzzin' Bizzle. I hope you all got your hydrated information. Again, you can go to Facebook and type in All Buttered Up. You can go to Instagram and type in All Buttered Up. You can Google it. And this miracle shea butter, I'm telling you, this is what's going to come up. You see that? Even the packaging is beautiful. Isn't that something? Look at this. Look at that. You can't get no better than that. I'm telling you. This is what you want to get. If you, like she said, if you want to get you need to buy this. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
You take care. And thank you for celebrating Gay Pride Month. Thank you so much.
I married a woman.
Oh, okay.
It don't get much more pride than that.
But she say it like it is. She speaks from her chest.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, okay. You know what they say about them Sagittarius. So again, we were trying to teach you all. Yes, take care of love. We were trying to make sure you all stay hydrated and not out here bogus with them shorts and skirts and tank tops looking like an alligator and you need Lubriderm. No, just We're gonna take care of this summer. Another thing that I want my fans to know, Buzzing Bizzle will be blessing you with all entrepreneurs and any small businesses, business owners and entrepreneurs. We here at Buzzin Bizzle and also with B-Side Studios, who was the foreground for this show. Thank you, Mr. Maurice Prophet. I call him King Prophet because he is a wonderful person. We're going to offer out to you, any of you that are small businesses, entrepreneurs, we're going to offer you a chance to advertise your business on our platform. That's right. If you sell shoe polish, I met a young lady a couple of months ago at an event. She makes stuffed olives. I know a gentleman, pickles, cologne, purses, things for your hair, jewelry, t-shirts. Matter of fact, we even have our own shirt brand. I'm bougie about my butters. Make sure you go to All Buttered Up if you want to be a butter babe and purchase you a hoodie or a t-shirt. We're also going to be making those for our shorts and our skirt. We just got a lot coming in. But again, any person that has a business, you're a new entrepreneur out here, and you want to advertise on my show, and you want to get your brand built out there, this is a chance for you to build your brand. If you are interested, I need you to contact Maurice Prophet, and the email address is Mr. Prophet at bsideproduction.com. So that's, I'm sorry, M Profit. So that's M and then Profit, PROFFIT, okay, at bsideproduction.com. Once again, that email is mprofit, that's two F's and profit, at bsideproduction.com. And that's for you to advertise your business. We have a unique, high caliber marketing team, and we are ready to put your name out there so you can share and get your business, build your brand with us. Okay. Any other questions, you can inbox Maurice Prophet on Facebook and Instagram, or you can inbox B-Side Studios or B-Side Productions. Or if you just want to inbox me, Buzzin Bizzle or Teresa Johnson, either way, we'll make sure we help you build your brand. Thank you so much. Okay. I want to touch on something. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, and I think it's a very serious subject, and it has to do with gun violence toward our Black women. But before I get into that topic and bring on my other special guest, Crow Cutter, I want to give out my condolences to DC Young Fly's mother of his children. What's bothering me and making me almost nervous to talk about this topic is that young lady was having a mommy makeover. And I have an issue with that. I know a lot of women, we're in a time now where you can do whatever you want to do to your body. And I don't know if it's an illness. I don't know if it's a phase. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people I can't say a lot of people. I can't say that because I don't know. I'm not out here watching everybody that's having surgeries. But what has been happening lately are a lot of tragedies. DC Young Fly, I'm sorry that that young lady passed while trying to have a mommy makeover. She was only 32 years old. You haven't even lived a full life. In your 30s, you begin to start doing things, you're traveling, you're trying to figure out where you are, what your goals are. I'm just saddened by that unfortunate loss. And for me, it struck a chord when Kanye West's mother, another person that went to have this surgery. I think hers was for her breast, and she had already been warned: do not do this. Don't. It's not smart. And unfortunately, Kanye West lost his mother. So I want our women to, think about it before you do this. Do the research on it. I don't know. I'm not sure what I can say to make you to be cautious. But I just think, so many women are doing this. You're going overseas, you're spending thousands of dollars. You think it's cheaper. I don't know how you're doing it. Medicare, Medicaid, I don't know, cash. Um, you should be feeling proud of the way you look. I know society and social media and some of your so-called friends, phony friends, fake friends, or whatever, uh, they make you think you should look a certain way. Like people, oh, well, you shouldn't be fat. Well, let me tell you something. God got a sense of humor. He make fat people, skinny people, tall people, short people. Some people aren't even born with limbs. There's handicapped people, and if they're dealing with it, we can. Is it wrong with bettering yourself? No, but at to the cost that you're dying on the table, I just think that's a huge tragedy, and I don't really know how else to tell you. Be careful, research it, make sure these are legal doctors. I don't know, real professional doctors. I'm not really sure, but just pay attention to what you're doing because that's not a good thing. It's not working. So be careful. And again, my condolences to that young lady and to all of the women who have uh, unfortunately lost their lives. Um, oh my God, that is so tragic. Trying to better themselves. So right now, we are going to take a quick break to bring Croquetta in. So we're going to pause for a quick second, give you a little mini video of when I had my guest Jovi Sosa on talking about health. And then we'll be back with my guest Croquetta so we can talk about gun violence against our Black women. So we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, give us a second to get Croquetta in. He's having a little difficulty, so we got to bring him in. And we'll be right back in a few minutes. All right, we got my son. He is a busy man. But let's bring on Croquetta himself.
What's going on, Mama?
Hey, there go my baby. How you doing, son?
I'm all right.
I'm
What's good with
good, good. I had to make sure you get in there because I know you busy. You got 5 jobs.
you? No, I ain't got 5 jobs. I
Thank
see you
you
stay
for
busy
coming
though.
on.
No, I ain't
Thank you
got no
for
problem
coming
with
on.
it.
So listen, I need your help because I'm
Okay.
lost out here. I'm lost, and I need you to help me understand why are all our Black women all of a sudden now pow pow pow. I mean, it hit home with me when Breonna Taylor was killed by the police. So they say it was an accident.
Okay.
Last month, that police officer, 24 years old, coming home from work,
Okay.
she's killed. One of my friends, her daughter, Kayla, out in the suburb of, I think it was Matson, or was it Matson or Park Forest? She was only 22, murdered. I'm trying to understand where we going. What's happening in Chicago? What's going on?
Well, you got to look at each case individually, from each standpoint. What happened leading up to them females getting shot, but for overall, look at the picture of it. It's I would say it's the child growing up. If you know, it's like an old Tupac verse. You know what I'm saying? They make the babies and hate the ladies. Remember that he made that verse like that.
Yeah, I remember when he said
So
that. Yeah.
when most children, when most young men or young women, they don't experience the love of a mother, the nurturing of a mother, and those teachings of a mother about even respecting life and respecting individuals, that's a big void that can't be replaced. So when they grow up and they identify, well, I'm gonna say it like this: they don't identify by gender; they just identify by an individual. So if it's like most girls, most women nowadays, most females, they'll be like, "I'm one of the guys," and this is an example. So if you can say you one of the guys, and this child or this young person or even a grown man, he can't see any feminine nature in you, and you extremely just. And I understand why the women are like that. It's a defense mechanism. But if you're extremely aggressive all the time, if you're extremely loud all the time, you're not nurturing, you're not understanding, you're not compassionate, and you take on those characteristics and those attributes of a male, then in a situation where it's a gunplay or anything else, how can a person, it's no thought. It's like, I don't see them as being no different than a man with a gun or a man that'll harm me or an individual that'll harm me. So it's a lot of the psyche that's real big. It's a lot of things that have to be, you know what I'm saying, looked at in each individual case. You just can't take one scenario and put it all in all cases. But that rearing from the home is the bottom nucleus to the problem.
So if we don't discuss the home, matter of fact, let's use the Breonna Taylor incident.
Okay.
Here she was. Now she worked. I believe she might have been an officer herself, or in that field. She's at home in the bed, sleep. What was that? 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Boom! Police officers rush through her home. I'm trying to understand, if you're at the wrong house, supposedly, so they say after.
Okay.
How does she still wind up being murdered?
I'm gonna say this right, without saying too much. The average individual, police officer, or regular civilian, has never been in a situation where shots are fired or their life is, on the line, so to speak. Now, from the Breonna Taylor case that I can remember vaguely, I think the boyfriend heard him coming in and he shot first because he didn't know who it was.
Right.
So if you're ever in that situation of somebody shooting at you, the average person, even police officers, they're not really trained. They're likely trained on how to handle that situation. But you won't know how you're going to feel until you actually hear bullets whiz past your head. So when that adrenaline kick in and then it's human nature, it's like a split second you got to decide whether I'm going to fire this weapon or I'm going to wait and see what's going on. But shots had already been fired at the officers because the individual in the house didn't know who it was. Correct. They came with a no-knock warrant. They didn't say, look, it's the police. Or, I mean, even if they said it was the police, you don't have any paperwork. It's pitch black dark and you kicking in my door. Why didn't you knock on the door until at least we woke up in the knowledge who was there? You got to remember, everybody is on edge. I'm sleep. I'm vulnerable. Sleep is like one of the most vulnerable positions you could be in next to using the toilet. So in them split seconds, you banging on the door, and before I can get up and answer and see it's the police, you kick it in. I don't, get to analyze or say, okay, this is a warrant. They have a warrant. This is actually the police.
You're right. You haven't processed it yet. Right.
Right. So a lot of people can kick in the door and say, "Man, it's the police. We here for a raid." I don't know that where the paperwork at. Why didn't you wait till I come to the door to see if this was the right address, even if it's the right apartment with the right individuals? So you know what I'm saying? Everybody just moving fast, 1,000 miles a second.
So then now with the story being reversed, here Officer Ariana Preston is off work. So now this is a cop that's been unnecessarily murdered. Again,
Well,
I'm lost.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: even in the case of that young sister getting killed, let's look at it without even her being an officer of the law.
Okay.
Let's look at why were these young men and young women out robbing people, period. And it wasn't like,
explain that to me. Yeah, help me fix, because I'm lost.
you know, so that's like, it goes back to the rearing of the home again. It goes back to those teachings that you were taught. It's all about the principles and the morals your parents instill in you. And yes, a child may leave the house and go and do some things without the parent knowing, or the parent can't be all the way liable for the actions of the child when not in front of the parent. But it's that, like, that foundation and root principles. They're not going to drift too far away from that. And even if they do drift too far away, it's going to be like a safety net that's going to make them be like, no, I just can't keep doing all this. Mm-hmm. You see how easy it was for them girls to tell them when they got caught?
Oh, big time.
So that lets you know they understood right from wrong. Somebody had to tell them girls right from wrong, because they didn't waste no time telling. Hey, look, yep, it was him. They done that. They jumped out the car. Here go the evidence. Here go this. Here go that. Here go. So that lets you know that, going back to the fundamental and the nature of it, is like they understood right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it go back to that home monitoring, that parent. That mother instilling the right things to do, and that father reinforcing it is important.
So for those young men to be able to go up, to you or me, and shoot me with no remorse, can you say that's a sick individual? I mean, what if they were raised by, let's say, they preacher kids? And you know what they say about police kids and preacher kids. Let's say these are children who was raised in the most Christian format ever.
Oh well, I can speak for that. Like I would even my own self, I would fit into that category, right? And I say I fit into that category because my mother was, you know what I'm saying, an ordained minister. Okay. And in regards to me, when I was young, I got into a little mischief. And I could say this, at that particular point in my life, you know what I'm saying? Because I always say I'm one of these young guys, it's nothing, just the age difference. And the mentality, and my mentality has evolved. But at that particular time, it could be not necessarily traumas they experienced at home. Home could be perfect. But they have friends. And they see their friends hungry, and you want to help your friends out, and you can have a big heart. And that'll make you associate with and get involved in things that you don't have no business doing, because you actually love the people that you standing next to. Like, you see this guy starving and he ain't probably got everything that you have. Mm-hmm. So you like, okay, let's come up with a plan to help you get some money. Let's come up with a plan to help me get some money. Let's come up with a plan so in the midst of that, things happen, but never to the point of like civilians. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Even when I was coming up, it was like rules, it was structured. Women, you know what I'm saying, babies, old people, like, they civilians. They don't even fit the equation of playing that type of game in that element. You know what I'm saying? It was like I said, it was structure, it was rules, and you stay within those guidelines.
So now where do we drop the ball? I mean, why are these? I'm trying to figure out. You 10, you 11, you 14, you 15, you 16, and from the little bit of, I don't know if the story was true. I still don't know the whole truth about the murder of that officer, but apparently they just wanted to get some money so they could buy some probably drugs and some barbecue. So you feel that 1:45 in the morning, you go shoot somebody and rob them?
Well, like I said, I don't want to just speak on that case because I don't know actually all the details into that.
Okay. Okay. I
But
understand.
from generally just wanting to get some money or wanting to eat or for a barbecue or whatever the reason is,
Mm-hmm.
if an individual hasn't been taught a different way, have
All right.
that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll actually follow the way that they've been taught. Let me be clear on that.
Okay.
But to give them an option is better than letting them have no option. See,
Mm.
I can analyze this from me being involved and talking to a lot of these youth out here today. 80% of them aren't bad kids.
No,
And that
they're
sounds
not.
crazy. 80% of them, if you actually sit down and talk to them, they're very intelligent. They can work these phones. They understand computers. They can do all type of stuff better than I could do at my age. I still can't keep up with the computers. They understand
Mm.
that they are very artistically inclined when it comes to making rap songs and when they come to drawing and when they come to just freelancing and creativity, they're brilliant. But the thing about it is they don't have the necessary resources to nurture that part. So when you don't have a stable house, a parent there that's rearing you, specifically, like I say, the mother is a key catalyst, man. And I'm not just trying to put it all on the women, but that woman is a key catalyst to the survival of a nation. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? That energy that she nurtures with a child, and even if the child don't do nothing in life, it's the way she can avoid him from doing a lot of other things to harm other people by just her nurturing certain things. Like, listen, you don't do that. You know, you respect people. Just a list of things to give them a basic foundation. And like I say, the father comes in and reinforces it. You know what I'm saying? To the best of his ability. Hey, look, listen to what your mama say. Don't do that. But it's to a point right now that the parents are like a rough example for the children. Because you see the mother smoking, drinking, you see the father, he's smoking, drinking, moving around, probably sitting in the house playing the video game all day with blunts and
Right.
liquor bottles. So the child is like, okay, this must be the normal thing to do.
And then you
So
wonder why they make those wrong decisions.
yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this, like I say, it's not all the parent, but the parent plays a big part. And like the statistics say, statistically it's proven that a single mother household, the kids are going to run into problems. Whereas compared to a single father household, the kid's success is almost equivalent to having two parents there. And
Mm.
that's not me making this up. It's been statistically proven. They talk about it all on the internet. And the only reason I see that is because a father is an authoritative figure. So if it's no nurturing and sweet, like mothers let a lot of things slide. They're lenient.
Right. Right. They
But a
do.
father by himself, he's going to be more authoritative, more of a dictator than a mother that's going to be more democracy. Let me think about how you feel. The father don't care how you feel. He's going to be like, look, I told you, clean up your room, do your homework, or you'll get
Right.
your ass. I mean, I don't know if I can say that, but you're
Oh,
going to
you
get
okay? Yeah, you
you know,
okay?
you go get disciplined.
Mhm,
And 9
mhm.
times out of 10, the father discipline you, he ain't finna take nothing away from you. He gonna put a belt across you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody, they was like, oh, that's child abuse. Well, actually, it's not child abuse when the kid he needs rearing in the proper type of way. So it's a difference between discipline and abuse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? These are the conversations we need to start to like really get back into more of the community and more into the village type feeling. And that's what's gonna stop it. Like if don't nobody care, these kids ain't gonna care. And a lot of people don't care. I've literally seen and been to gas stations. And these babies be like, man, you might want to buy some weed or something. It's like, no, I don't smoke. But he's out here trying to do something to get some money to eat. No, look, I ain't
Right.
gonna buy no weed from you, but I'll go over here and buy you a burger. I'll go over here and get you a gyro. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you home. You doing this for a reason. You ain't just
Mhm.
hustling. You out here in the cold trying to get some money to either eat, you're panhandling to survive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you could see this, and it don't take a lot, everybody's, you know what I'm saying, they putting all this emphasis, oh, we need millions, and you got all these non-for-profit groups, and they getting this grant money and all this funding. So you like, man, like just for instance, Brandon Johnson, they said the man just spent for Memorial Day weekend, it was like $2.5 million that was given to these non-for-profits and these community activists that stopped the shootings. It was still 43 shootings and 9 murders.
And the money was already given.
So if you already done gave out this is like, how much money does it actually take? If you've given out $2.5 million amongst these violence prevention groups, and they even sent in some extra, J.B. Pritzker sent some extra people in, peacekeepers with yellow vests on, and it was all in the papers. Mm-hmm. So if you got all these resources, like you got the money now, the non-for-profits, the preachers got them. So now we got the people accountable that's getting the money. What did you do with all this money? Where did this money go?
Right. What happened?
And if you got this money and you on the front line, I'm on the front line of this. If it's 10 of us on the front line and all of us say we on the front line, you got a community, a violence prevention group. They got a violence prevention group. How hard is it me to say, oh, well, Mama T, you in the hundreds, right? You trying to keep the peace in the hundreds? Well, I got these little shorties on here on Auburn, Gresham, or Inglewood. Let's, they gave you $100,000 to prevent crime. They gave me $100,000. Let's take $20,000 and go and rent out a gym, and we're going to bring these little brothers and sisters in here to throw a basketball tournament or a double dutch tournament, or let's see who could braid hair better, put a weave in, any type of thing to get, because they creative. These girls do hair better than the shops. They braid, they do all this. Let's tap into...
They cold with it.
That's what I'm saying. So let's tap into some of their natural God-given talents just to keep their attention away from being off on garbage. Now that we got their attention, we're doing some things they naturally inclined to. Now we can bring in the home rearing. Hey, look, this is how you cook. This is how you take care of a kid when you get them. This is how you wash your clothes. This is how you keep up your hygiene. This is how you do this. This is because you have to do something to get their attention. And don't nobody seem to get their attention because ain't nobody spending no time with them. So if you don't talk to them, how you know what they like?
You brought up something. You made one of my little lights go off, because I got a lot of lights in my head. You know that. And I'm thinking back to in the 70s when we were in grammar school. We had everything. We had after school chess, checkers, jump rope competitions. The boys had, it used to be a guy named Edward Mays. Edward might have been about 5'5". He was known in the community for working with people on tumbling. This was way before I knew about Jesse White tumblers and all that. This man, when I tell you this brother was cold, this brother was so cold. He would go and get a group of kids, boys and girls, and teach them how to do all these fumbles. It just wasn't like you said, leaving the kids out here with nothing to do. So what they look for? They look for getting high, getting drunk, and unfortunately, who they can pop off and kill. But like you said, if we don't ask the children what they like and what they want to do,
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I want to say this, because I speak for them little babies. And people always get out on me like, how you call them babies? They savages. Because I was one of them. So for me to know, what I'm saying, not look at my own upbringing, like I wasn't a savage. But if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have that positive reinforcement, that rearing, you can make immature decisions. These are adults that we're talking about. Let's mindful. Their brains aren't even fully developed yet. And then when you add on the top of it, they're not getting the proper rearing and the proper guidance at home, or either from anybody that's older, that's a father figure, or anybody that's concerned or care about them. You know what I'm saying? That compiled with not getting the guidance, nobody seeming to care. Then you throw these drugs now. These ain't like marijuana back in the day. This ain't like weed in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like, these are really pharmaceutical put together drugs. They taking pills with promethazine. That's hair. I mean, like these are. Let's look at what it is.
Okay.
They're derogatory. They come from heroin, from opium. So you know what I'm saying. So that's a strong narcotic itself. So when you come with the fentanyl, that's 100 times stronger than heroin, and you putting a little bit of fentanyl in the pill, and they putting it on the Xanax, that's an opioid. all these drugs that are downers, they not thinking, they high, they unconscious, they already emotionally imbalanced, now they mentally imbalanced. And then once you add a catalyst in there, it could be somebody making them feel like they disrespected. They're not saying, oh, this dude just said, fuck me, or this dude just bumped into me accidentally. They like, man, yo, you can't acknowledge that. So it's not, it's a trigger.
Yeah.
So now the first thing, everybody's scared. He got a gun, I got a gun. Now it's always about who gonna shoot first. And none of these boys have properly been trained to shoot. Some of these guns are bigger than them.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So they got a split second, like I said, he go back to this split second and think about it. Okay, am I gonna let this person shoot me? He bumped into me, I bumped into him. It's no compassion because they haven't been taught compassion. Compassion, all these fundamental principles start at home. And I'm not saying they're gonna be perfect, but they wouldn't pick on so many civilians that get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. Like the game gonna always be the game. You know what I'm saying? America was founded on criminal activity. So when you think about the foundation of this country, it's like, how we gonna change that?
Yeah.
They can't get rid of crime because crime is a $1 billion industry. Think about it. If you get rid of crime, if you stop all crime, if you make sure everybody got money to be rich, then what do we need all these police for? What do we need the judges, the lawyers? What do we need all these people for? Why are we paying all these taxes for these people's salaries? So you got to remember this is a country that's a machine. It's a company. It's not just a country. This is a country that's a machine. It's a company and it has to run. But we can limit the damage of innocent lives being taken. And, you know, and that's my whole thing. Is like, you know, because I got kids that's eventually going to grow up in this. So it's either like I pay attention to these kids now before my kids get older, or they could possibly be the cause of one of my kids getting harmed, shot, or killed because I don't pay attention to what's going on now. And that's what most people are not looking at. But I will say this. A lot of the young brothers I know now that made a lot of rap songs and fed off into the drill culture, they're becoming fathers now. And this might be something that could turn this because they're having children now. They're having daughters and they're having sons. And and I'm looking at their Instagram lives and they spending time with their kids and they kissing their babies. That may be a key to something. Because now they responsible not just for their lives, they're responsible for a lot of stuff that's going on. So now it's like, okay, do I want my baby to know I was talking about I was a killer, a drug dealer? Because my son gonna hear this. And he's gonna be influenced by this. Like, Daddy, you was a killer. Why I can't be a killer?
Yeah.
And then the daddy look up and see his little daughter. You know, he look at his kid's mom and she walking around the house half naked. Now he looking at his daughter, looking at the mama. He like, baby, you can't wear that in front of her like that because now my daughter gonna want to emulate you. And if she go out in the street, what if a little boy want to tap on the tail? What if a little boy want to, you know what I'm saying, put something in her drink and take her and rape her? So now you just can't preach this imagery no more. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna change. It's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of work, man. People just got to invest in.
It is. And that's why I respect and love you so much. That'll be another topic for the next show because some of these single parents, especially these women, they need to, they need to understand. But I thank you for coming on tonight. I want you to share with the audience where they can follow you on your social media handles.
All of them are Crow from the Go. CROFRMDAGO. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. All of them is the same handle, Mama. You know, it's nothing different. Just Crow from the Go.
So for you people who want to get together with this intelligent individual I call my son, go to any of his handles, Facebook and Instagram, type in Crow from the Go. That's CROFRMDAGO. Thank you, son. I'll have you back on the next show because we got some work to do, baby.
Like I say, Mom, I mean, you know, I'm looking forward to expanding my business and I'm going to have a lot of free time, you know, on my hands so we can sit down and really put together a real show, possibly more than once a week, every day if it comes down to it, because there's a lot of issues that we need to have conversations about. And that's the problem. We don't talk about the root causes of the issues, but we scream about the issues. Now let's talk about the root causes and start from the bottom and try to correct it. It's gonna take a little time and a little patience, a lot of hard work, but you gotta look at and weigh it on the scale. I weigh it on the scale of I'm thinking about my babies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, do I want to have my kids go through this cycle? Somebody got to stop it. Somebody got to sacrifice and stop it. But other than that, I'm cool though, Mama.
We're gonna do it, baby. I love you so much. I'll have you on the next show, baby. Thank you so much, baby.
All right, Mama.
All right. So everybody, that was my son, Pro Cutter. And I'm going to end the show on tonight on another wonderful prize. Most of you might not know, but I am prospecting from a motorcycle club named Boss MC. Yes, that's right. You heard it here on the Buzzin Bizzle show. Tomorrow is our first bike night back here for the month of June. So June 7th, 2023, we are having our bike night at La Isla Bonita. That's 14000 Croissant in Burnham, Illinois. So if you know anyone that is affiliated with any motorcycle clubs, or if you just want to go out and have a good time and dance with us and enjoy just the evening, let your hair down, fellas, if you just want to, come out and have a drink and do a little 1-2 step, I'm inviting you right now. It's every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And again, it is given by the Boss MCs. That's the all-female motorcycle club here in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to the president, Onyx. Shout out to the vice president, Star. Shout out to the secretary, Miss V. Special shout out to our sergeant at arms, Shy. And we also like to send out healing flowers to Whispers. That is our sergeant at arms husband who was in chaotic customs. He was injured in a ride coming back home. So we're sending out special prayers of healing to Brother Whispers. May you heal and get your energy back so you can be back on the road. Vroom, vroom. Special shout out to our treasurer, Defiant. Special shout out to members, Envy and Sweet Pea. And a loving big hug shout out to associate / prospect Styles. And of course, myself, the entertainer. I am T Bizzle with the giggle in the middle, prospecting for Boss MCs. Meet us tomorrow night at La Isla Bonita. And again, that address is 14000 Croissant in Burnham, Illinois. So thank you for tuning in tonight at Buzzin Bizzle. It has been a stone gas. You hear me? You have a good night. We'll be back. Probably a couple of weeks we'll be back because we got some more stuff to talk about, me and Crow Cutter. And we're going to talk about our health. And also, I'd like to give special condolences, special love, personal condolences to my cousins. They have lost one of their parents. Shout out to my cousin, Miss Julian, and her entire family on the passing of Warren Julian Sr. And shout out to my cousins, Janine and Nashay Whitenhill, on the passing of Joyce Whitenhill. This has been a Gemini Pride Month show. We'll be back. You all have a good night. Buzzin Bizzle. Peace out.